Asa, let's go, Asa.
Hello everyone, welcome to Fundi Talks Student, your podcast for student champions. My name is Pio Masuku, I'm your host. Today we are joined in studio by Katlego Buddha from the University of Pretoria. I'm going to allow Katlego to introduce herself.
Hello everybody, I am Katlego Buddha, the SRC Marketing, Media and Communications member at the University of Pretoria, and I'm currently doing my final year in B Political Science International Relations.
Wow, welcome Katlego. So we want to know about the student life. So we're speaking about first year students. How is life like for first year students coming into the University of Pretoria?
Thank you so much for that question. So as much as life can be overwhelming for first-year students, it is very much fun as well, right? So immediately when you get to University of Pretoria, we have this thing called the orientation week, right?
Okay.
So during that week, first-year students get the opportunity to explore the university, make new friends, learn about academics at the university, which will cater to them. So it is quite accommodative for first-year students.
Okay, so we have first-year students who don't even know how to register. Can you take it a step back to the registration process? How does it normally roll out?
Okay, so with the registration process, before you get to university, right?
Yes.
So you go to the UP portal, and then there's literally step-by-step processes on how to register.
Yes.
And I know UP also released a video on how to register, right?
Okay.
So if you're a matric student and you don't know how to register at UP, there is a video and steps. Just go to the UP website and it will show you how to register.
Okay.
But once you are at UP and you want to register modules, for example, the best advice is to go to the UP library, which will show you the different courses. Because I know often students tend to register for wrong modules, modules that they actually do not enjoy, right? So you have to actually just read through the modules and see whether it's something that you like. Because usually when you progress in varsity, if you didn't take the module in first year, you can't do it in the second year. So you need to be sure with the modules you're taking in first year.
In the case that the student is still unsure, choosing the right modules and all of that, is there any additional support that UP provides, or can they access the SRC team for assistance, and where can they find you guys?
Yes, we do. That's why I really like UP, because we do have a lot of mechanisms in place, right? So we have this thing called the academic success coaches. So they literally help students with those type of issues, right? If you don't know, for example, if you don't know how to study, if you are stressed about the exams, academic success coaches will help you with that, right? And in terms of modules as well. And they can also come to us, the SRC members, to assist with that, right?
Where do they find you on campus?
On campus. So we're at the Department of Student Affairs building. We are currently there. That's where they can find us on campus. And also we're on social media. I currently run the social media pages. So if you, as a first year student, if you don't know where to go, send us a DM or send us an email and I will get back to you, because that's why I'm here for you, to help the students.
Okay. And what should we be expecting now that it's towards the end of the year? For most matriculants, they are already starting to think about, where to study and all of that. Where can they, what are we expecting from you guys in terms of campaigning and registration information, orientation week? What can they expect on your social channels?
On our social channels, countdowns, basically. So let's say year one, because the registration processes already has closed, right? So now it's just final approval in the matric, right? Waiting for your final results, right? But after that process, you can expect countdowns to next year, because it's going to be quite exciting, right? So they can expect countless of emails from UP, right? It's not going to be bombarding, but it's just to get you in the year. It's just to get you in the mood, right? And you can also check Fly at UP's Instagram. Literally all the social media platforms throughout the university will start posting about next year to get the students excited. So they can also find information there and on the website as well.
There's a student right now who's going to be watching this and thinking, I don't even know if I'm accepted. Where do they go? How do they find out? What's the process?
So you can call the Student Service Center at UP to find out. That's the first step to do. Call the Student Service Center. Otherwise, alternatively, you can send an email as well to find out, right? And you can also reach out if you don't know who to contact. contact, you can reach out to the Student Representative Council as the Marketing Media team, and we will refer you to the right person in order to check whether you are accepted. But don't stress, don't really stress. I know it can be overwhelming, but do not stress about it.
Okay, so we just discussed now navigating campus, navigating the registration period on campus, and resources that are available. Going deep into resources, so students face a couple of challenges, you name it, registration fees, finances are not on check for everybody who's going to access campus. However, they've been accepted. Is there any additional support from UP where students can actually go and find financing opportunities? Yes.
So on campus we do have financial aid, right? So you can apply for financial aid on campus. And I also know we have the Motepe Foundation, right? We are also linked to Motepe Foundation. They also send in money to assist students, right? So in the SRC, we have this thing called the financial aid for in the SRC, right? So we assist students with funding when it comes to registration purposes, because I know most students at the beginning of the year, they can't register. They don't have the money to register.
Definitely.
So as the SRC, we will go to our funding from the Motepe Foundation and then assist students with that, right? So that's funding.
And over and above funding, what other challenges do you guys as the SRC house deal with throughout the year?
Food issues. Hunger is such a real thing, right? But luckily we have the SNAP program in the Department of Student Affairs where we do assist students with food. So we really are, we do assist. We are active. And during the exam period, we have this thing called Save the Semester. So during this period, we literally buy food for students and then we give it to them. So I know next week we're starting our Save the Semester campaign where we bought food and now we'll just distribute it to students to help them, right? But we also have the STAP program where students come and collect food parcels from the Department of Student Affairs.
And how long does this program run?
The SNAP program is throughout the year. And then Save the Semester is towards the exams, hence the name Save the Semester.
Get to the finish line.
Get to the finish line.
And how does one qualify to be nominated or to receive any goodies that you have to give for the Save Semester campaign?
There's no qualification for the Save the Semester. Literally, if you're a student and you don't have food, show up and we'll assist you. That is the role of the SRC anyway, is to assist students and not to make their life difficult. So there's no processes for that.
We spoke about saving the semester. Obviously, you giving out resources such as food, because hunger with students is such a real thing across universities, is not only UP. Now, let's talk about academic support, right? You have students who are really in need of speaking to someone, get coaching and all of that. Where do they access the resources you've mentioned earlier?
So they can go to campus, they can go on campus. We have the departments, Fly at UP. They can go to Fly at UP, their offices to access the student success coaches. And they can also send emails online, right? But I think going in person is quite better. And you can also go to the library. The library, they will also assist with that, because I know they do actually assist there at the library. So you can go to the library or you can go to the Fly at UP department.
So let's talk about students who've now, I know we've been talking about first years, let's talk about final year students who are now finishing, and again, we're going back to finances, right? Because you mentioned registration, which is like gaining access on campus so that you can continue studies. Now we're speaking somebody who's exiting university and they also have financial problems. Is there any programs running on campus with UP aimed at assisting the student to at least get their qualifications? Because they are now at a step of their life where they are knocking on doors to start their career journeys in a professional world. Is there such a thing happening with UP?
Yes, but not quite, right? So you just have to apply for it, right?
Yes.
If you don't reach out, they won't know that you have that issue, right? So you can go to the financial office and apply for financial aid and just check whether that will cover. Because I know there are a lot of students, right, that are going to graduate, but they can't get their qualification because of outstanding balances, right? So you can apply through the financial aid and also postgraduate. I also would say go through the postgraduate offices to see what they have there, because I know some students will still be doing their postgraduate and they won't be able to have funds for next year, right?
Yeah.
So you can go through the postgraduate office as well for financing.
Yes. Okay, so now that they have these options, how's life like? Studying and balancing life at UP.
Yeah, that is the keyword, balance.
Yeah.
That is the keyword, balance.
Yes.
You really actually need to find the balance, because it can be overwhelming, if I'm being quite honest. It really can be overwhelming, but you need to find the balance, and time management is quite important. I know my supervisor was telling me that you have to plan.
Yes,
so planning is quite important. If you plan, if you have time management, and if you balance, then you will be able to overcome the challenges in university, and being disciplined, actually really being disciplined. I had to learn that a lot. Being disciplined will actually get you far in university, But life it can be overwhelming, but if you're disciplined and if you have balance, then it is quite smooth.
Let's talk about how you became an SRC member. How did that happen? Did you envision yourself being there when you started as a first-year student? Were you attracted to the body and you're like, I want to be there? Or it just happened because of you wanting to be close to students? How did it happen?
Okay, so in first year, I wasn't interested at all, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
I did things like class rep, being a class rep. So I started there. That was where I started. So I wasn't thinking SRC level, right?
Definitely, okay.
But then when I got to second year, I realized the issues that we're facing as students. Because I also face issues, right? As a student, financial issues. So I realized those issues. I'm like, no, man, something has to be done. Even though something is being done, I feel like I can also bring something to the table.
Participate.
That's when I looked at the SRC. I was like, okay, let me run for that position, and being someone that likes marketing as well. I'm like, that will work, I'm helping students and I'm doing marketing. Everything, it comes together, So that's actually what drove my passion for running for SRC. And I'm quite passionate about student issues,
And how are you balancing your studies, being an SRC member? Obviously, student issues is nothing small. Those are big challenges that you guys have to deal with on a day-to-day. How are you balancing all that?
I have an accountability buddy. I think that's quite important to have as a student as well. Like my friend at Res should keep me accountable for things like, Kat, did you do this? Kat, did you do that? And I'd also keep her accountable. Other than having my own planning and my own time management, having an accountability friend at university does go a long way, because then we study together and she makes sure that I'm keeping track, So that is really my balance, like having my friend to keep me accountable for the things I have to do at varsity.
Okay, we going back to exams. So now we're writing exams. This is our final year exams. Any guidance you have for students? Any study tips? Any do's and don'ts during this exam period for students? Please go ahead.
Yes, first tip is consult. Please go to consultations with your lecturers, right?
Okay.
Because I found that in first year, that was one thing I was missing. I did not consult. So when I went to the exam room, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually should have. I did study, but I actually should have went to the lecturer to find out more information. Now that I'm in final year, they know me by face because I'm always at their office. Yeah, she's coming, because it makes it easier for you. So when you're writing the exams, you know how to actually approach it, right? So first tip is please consult with your lecturers and your study guide. Second tip is plan ahead. Because the workload in varsity is a lot, So plan ahead and you will be able to actually overcome your exams.
So I guess this thing of you left your teachers at school is just a stereotype. It's just words that we throw on the street because now and then you get the sentiments where they say, lecturers aren't going to treat you like your teacher in class. And I guess that kind of talk or that kind of scenario does bring a little bit of fear to your first years because now you're in a new environment and as big as the class can be, just like, does this lecture even have time for me? So basically what you're saying is you make time. And make sure that you expose yourself to the right tools and then it becomes an easy journey.
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. That's something I didn't know in first year, That's why when first years come, like, guys, please consult because it is a big space, right?
Yeah.
That's why lecturers make things such as consultations. So when you go consult, you'll actually know what's happening. So when you do go to the lecture room, it's like, okay, it's fine.
Yes.
I can go and consult other ways, But people don't know that. I didn't know that as a first year student,
Yeah.
So I don't want the next first year student not doing that.
Yes. Any other advice you want to give to a first year student or a final year student? You are a final year student yourself.
Yeah. Don't stress. Like, actually, guys, do not stress. Like, don't stress. Take it one step at a time, because it's a lot. It really is a lot. And if you start stressing, it's not going to be good to your mental health, right? Yes. Take care of your mental health. Do not stress. Take it one step at a time, and you will get there, you know.
Thank you so much, Katlego, for joining us. They also call you Kat on campus.
Kat, yes.
Thank you guys, everybody, for joining us for this podcast. We brought to you more information about how being a first-year student at UP is like. And all we can hear is it is fun. You need to expose yourself. You need to engage more. And there is resources. All you need to do is locate those resources on campus and make sure that it works for you. So go ahead. Register, look out for the communications from the marketing and the UP team. And we wish you all of the best. We shall see you next year, 2025 academic year. Thank you.